and you are interested in continuing, I have a program. It's called From Beginner to BA in 10 Weeks. It is a live interactive training. I obviously have to work on the technology. I'm hoping that it'll be in the Zoom format so that we all can be on screen and see each other. The purpose is to be getting started as a business analyst if you have little or no BA experience, or if you were like I was and you're kind of fumbling through it. This is going to give that real solid foundation based on the BA Bach, the IIBA. And so we're going to walk through the foundational. If you look at bullet point number 5, this is going to be focused on the information needed if you wanted to go towards the ECBA, which is the entry certificate for business analysis. This 10-week program we're going to have homework. I'm going to try and get breakout rooms set up so we can do some scenarios and some role playing. And it's going to be focused again on the BA Bach, industry best practices and guidance, these things that are universally applicable. This is brand new. You guys are the first ones to see it. And I'm just going to show all of these. So it's 5 modules over 10 weeks. We're going to meet Tuesdays for 2 hours. Right now I'm planning on the same time frame as this. Hopefully it works. There will be recordings of all of these, but we're going to take 2 weeks to cover each one of these modules. And it will go in depth. We'll talk about definitions. We'll talk about what the techniques are. We'll talk about how all these pieces fit together. Again, following the structure of the BA Bach. So first thing, business analysis knowledge, like we did on day 1. We talked about communication and analytical thinking. What is a business analyst? What is it that they exactly do? So in module 1, we're just going to go even deeper and learn more characteristics and learn, what does a business analyst do and how do they do it? I think understanding how and why is so important. Then the second 2 weeks, we're going to look at business analysis planning and monitoring. So what things can you do as you prepare for your projects? I've given you the 4 things that I do. I get my questions list ready. I start thinking about how I can prepare and ask questions to identify the process. I've got my 3 columns of what are the triggers. I refresh my memory on what the definitions of the arrival, the conditional, or the scheduled starter triggers are. And how am I going to organize things? Do we have a tool? Are we going to use Top Team? Are we going to use Jira? Are we going to use Excel? So that's all in module 2. The third set of 2 weeks is elicitation and collaboration. I almost put those 2 words together. So going deeper into how do you gather that information and how do you work effectively with stakeholders? How do you get your stakeholders to open up to you, to explain things? Again, it's more in those questions. We'll do some role playing. I've got an even longer list of questions that I'll share with you so that you can spark the conversation and get your stakeholders talking about their processes. We'll learn about, in module 4, the life cycle management. We've talked about, I mentioned, transition requirements are only temporary. They're only here for a certain period of time. But how do you collect that information? What happens if requirements change? What if a function, the business makes a decision and decides to take the business in operations in a completely different way? You're going to have to be able to handle and manage those requirements from beginning until their retirement. And then the 5th module is requirements analysis and design definition. So how do you present your requirements? This will go further into the structured walkthrough, different ways that you can engage with the development team. We'll talk about if you have to do vendor analysis and assessment, like to pick a tool that you're going to purchase to implement, which are based off of your requirements. So that's 5 modules over the 10 weeks. We're going to meet for 2 hours on Tuesdays for those 10 weeks, covering, like I said, module 1 will be weeks 1 and 2, and module 2 will be weeks 3 and 4, etc. In addition to those Tuesday sessions, We're also going to have weekly live Q&A sessions, which I'm planning for Thursdays. So my thought was we'll do some teaching, we'll do some practicing, I'll give you some homework, and then on Thursday, you come to me with your questions. I want to make sure that you understand the concepts. I want to make sure you understand how the pieces fit together. Whatever your questions are, it doesn't have to necessarily just be on the topics that we just talked about, but for questions and answers, those will be live. And I'm flexible, so we can make those as long as there's questions, and I will probably also throw in some teaching on those as well, so that we just keep learning the different business analysis things. You're going to have access to all the recordings of the trainings and the QA sessions. We're going to have there's a private Facebook group that you'll be invited to and to join, and that's where we can collaborate on the BA journey. And I know when I was a business analyst, often I was the only BA on my project team, and I didn't have the opportunity to engage with other BAs, even in my company, because they were working on their project teams. And so I want to bring the Facebook community together with people who are in this program, so you can talk about the homework, or you can bring an example from your work and we can discuss it in there, or you write some requirements and you ask somebody to review them for you, whatever that happens to be. So we'll have a private Facebook community. And then the other part that I am really hoping that you will join me for, like I said, this is my first release of this program. And you here and the others who are not here, I see there's 5 of you out there, which thank you for coming back. This is going to be offered to everybody who is here. But joining this program right now, you're going to get to co-create the content. I have the outline. I know what I want to teach. It's in those 5 modules. But as we go through modules week by week, I'm going to send you an email. And I'm like, okay, so on the following Tuesday, we're going to talk about elicitation techniques. What are 2 questions that I must answer during that training? And that's really going to help me remember what it was like to be at the beginning. Honestly, I've been doing this for 23 and a half years. And as I was preparing for this course, I'm remembering how I was fumbling and things were uncertain and I didn't really know how the pieces fit together, and I didn't have somebody to answer these questions for me. So you will be helping me a great deal to improve the direction of this course when we get it all polished up. So you can co-create this with me, which I think would be super cool. So the 5 modules, so 2 hours a week for 10 weeks, is valued at $3,000. Homework and assignments, I just put $100 on there. You get the live Q&A sessions. I put 10 hours. It could probably be more than that, depending on how many questions you guys have. I want to make sure, again, that you are really solid and comfortable and have the clarity and the foundation to use these skills in your business analysis jobs, or to be able to explain to others what a business analyst does. Have access to all the recordings, private Facebook group, co-create the product with me. I don't know what those 2 things are valuable. I think relationships and networking is so amazing that I can't really put a price tag on it. So all of this, if we just add it all up, would turn out to be about $6,100 worth of content. And when I package this and release it in the future, I'm going to price it at $1,497 US. However, that's not what I'm going to charge you if you choose to join me today or this week. I'm going to charge $497. And again, it's a huge discount because I want you to help me make this the best course ever that I can deliver. And you will be helping people who are coming behind you. And so you are being that teacher, being that leader, and being that on the forefront. So then you can be a teacher, a trainer, a coach, or a manager if that's what you want. Here's the schedule, lots of words, lots of numbers. Basically at the top, we're going to start next Tuesday. And so I'll bring it back up the slides there was a URL, and it's kind of a funky one because I didn't get to pick it. User URL, you can go and look at that. It has all the details. But we're going to start next Tuesday. And so we will have until Monday, January 16th to decide if you choose to join. And so I'll be sending some more emails, some more information. If you have questions, my email is hello@conniecotter.com, and you can send me emails, or you can message me through Facebook. You can totally do that. However, I do have one more little bonus that I want to put out for you today, and that is if you decide to sign up and you choose to pay in full, because I am also going to offer a payment plan. You can break it up into 3 monthly payments. I will give you a 30-minute call with me, and I will record that call. We can talk about anything you want, if it's job related, career path related, whatever it happens to be. So that's if you pay in full. And when you go to the website, the HTTPS, I was going to drop a link in the chat, but I'm not going to touch anything right now because I think people are still listening. I saw there's another person has joined. So I'm not going to mess with any of my technology. But if you type in the HTTPS blackviolet642.myflowdesk.com, it'll bring you to the sales page. It has this same icon on the top, and it has the name of the course, from beginner to BA in 10 weeks. And I think that is completely doable. In my world of keeping it simple, we are going to focus on the core things that actually the IIBA has set out as the foundations for that entry certificate into business analysis. So if you add that free phone call, if you pay in full, adds another $75. So the total value of this package that I'm offering for you today to join me, I invite you to join me for 10 weeks. I'm super excited. I hope you'll take me up on it. Would be $61.75 US. But again, price for now until next Monday, the 16th, is $497 US. I am offering a payment plan. So if you pay in full, it's the $497. If you want to break that up into 3 monthly payments, you would pay $179 when you sign up, and then 2 additional months, 30 days later, would be another $179. I am also I understand there's different places where you can spend your money, where you can spend your time. This is, 20, 30 plus hours and then some homework. So this is a time commitment. I will be here 100%. I will give you everything that I can in that time frame. If you're not happy, you've been with me for 3 days, it's been 3 hours, so it's not the same as a super long duration, but this is me 100%. This is who I am. And like I said, hopefully I can see you on camera, and you'll see that I do talk with my hands a lot. Come to and complete the first module. So come join me for 2 weeks and 2 Q&A sessions. And if this isn't a good fit for you, if it's not meeting your needs, if you're not learning, if you're not getting what you wanted from it, you just let me know and I will refund your money. No questions asked. Just I ask that you give it a shot and complete those first 2 sessions. So let me see. I'm going to try and touch something and hopefully it doesn't matter. Does anybody have any questions? That is the end.